Hi friends! Welcome to another episode of Car Ride Conversations with Chronically Rye featuring me. I'm Rye and I will be your host today. So I just finished a really incredible keynote speaking engagement with the National Institute of Health for Disability Employment Awareness Month, which is the month of October, if you did not know. If you also didn't know, / you've been hiding under a rock, / you just followed me 30 seconds ago, disability employment is something that is very near and dear to my heart. I am the first nurse on wheels that is employed by my level 1 trauma center hospital that I work in. I am a postpartum nurse. I work bedside, and yes, I am in a wheelchair that I point to as if you can see it. But I thought it would be kind of cool. You see a lot of these what I have in my nursing bag, or whatever your profession is, bag videos, and I realized I've never done one of those as far as what I keep in my toolkit as a nurse with a disability to make it through 12-hour night shifts unscathed. So now my nursing bag, I also have a locker at work, so there are a few things that are there that I use every day that I don't bring home, but we'll get to that. So this is my nursing bag. I found it at TJ Maxx when I first got this job, and I feel bad because I can't find a tag to tell you who this is by. I bought it at TJ Maxx for like $20 for obvious reasons. Also, the inside is also rainbow. Is this a good nursing bag for somebody in a wheelchair? No. I should probably be using a backpack, but I just really love this one. I can't tell why. So what do I keep in my bag? Well, if you've ever worked with me on the nursing unit, you know that I'm a notorious bag lady. Even before I was in a wheelchair, I would show up with not only my nursing bag, like my backpack with all my stuff, I'd always have a giant bag of snacks as well. So I have this and a massive zebra lunchbox that I bring to work that keeps everything to keep me safe and happy and fed over 12 hours. So what do I keep in my nursing bag? Number one, never ever leaves my side, is my water bottle. Shout out if you managed to get stickers on here. Berserker Brew, Ruby, we got some Nurses Inspiring Nurses. We got all kinds of people on here. Yeah, I drink so much water over a night shift to keep myself hydrated. But more importantly, to compensate for the sheer amount of coffee that I drink during a shift. This is my beloved coffee thermos. Also, shout out if you guys got on here. Oh yeah, we got some Riot Healers is on here. We got, who else we got? We got a lot of people on here. Anyway, yeah, so this, I'm dropping my stuff. This, my beloved girlfriend Ryan fills up for me every single shift. It holds about 4 cups. And then I also, so I drink this when I first get to work. Usually, and then I will generally switch to water, and then towards the end of my shift, and I don't have it in here, I sometimes will have a Red Bull. Don't you tell my cardiologist. Yes, I'm a bad patient, do as I say, not as I do. Nurses are the worst patients. So I drink a Red Bull or an extra little bit of caffeine or another cup of coffee or something at the end of my shift, because for those of you who know my insane life, I work 12-hour shifts. I go in at 7 p.m., I get off at 7 a.m., and then generally I work on Chronically Rye in the mornings before I lay down for bed. So I will drink a little bit more caffeine in the morning at the end of my shift in order to either work out with Ryan at the gym or come home, content create, or podcast episodes or whatever I do, I generally do in the morning. So that's why I drink that much caffeine. No, I should not be doing that. Yes, I know. Thank you. I have been living with this body my whole life. Okay. Other things that help me. Well, let's go with meds. Medications that I bring with me to work. I don't usually say much about my meds, and I will not go into details about what I take. Y'all know that I do not give healthcare advice on here, as that could be risking my license. But for me personally, I have my emergency as needed medications that I take with me to work. Some of those will be, I have a muscle relaxer for pain. I do not take those while I'm on shift or while I'm working, by the way, but if I do sustain an injury or do something to myself, I will take it once I am off and going home. So it'll start to kick in once I'm at home. But to help me get through an actual shift, if something were to happen, I keep a beta blocker, which I am on because I am a dysautonomia patient, and if I cannot get my heart rate down, I need to be able to control it somehow quickly. So I have a beta blocker that I'm on PRN for that. And I get chronic migraines because of the hypermobility in my neck, as well as the, reoccurring head injuries. So I have my rescue med for migraines and nausea there with me as well. Speaking of migraines, I also keep my beloved blue light glasses on for when I'm charting, for I'm going to be looking at screens for a long time, especially if I have something to do the next morning. I need to be able to think straight, and my migraines are atrocious and I cannot function if I have one. So I need my rescue med and I need my blue light glasses. These were actually sent to me by Eyes on Me. There's the brand there. I really like them a lot. And I've been using them for about 2 years and they've been good to me. On top of that fun stuff, I also keep some sort of, not this one, I'm about to throw this one out. I didn't realize the top fell off of it. But this is some type of electrolyte replacement. I keep pickle juice sport in the fridge at work, as well as I usually take one with me. This is an electrolyte vitamin supplement by Zim. I also take Noom, and I will take Science and Sport as well. Shout out because my girlfriend is sponsored by them. But some sort of electrolyte replacement. Liquid IV is another one that I will use if I need more electrolytes in more than just my water while I'm at work. I will use those to replace better than Gatorade or something like that because of all the sugar. And it's just easier to carry around than another bottle of liquid because, as you can tell, I take a lot. I also bring my glasses with me. Mine are hot pink because of who I am as a person. Because if you don't know me, I'm blind as a bat. I wear contacts, and hospitals are notoriously dry, and sometimes my contacts do not last the entire shift. Other things that I have with me are my stethoscope, obviously. Oh, this was hairspray. Ew. Yeah, so I keep my stethoscope with me, obviously, at all times. Mine is I either have a Littman 3 cardiology stethoscope, or I have one from Echo Health that I also adore, that is a Littman with an Echo Health add-on attachment that you can see in my post prior. If you scroll back to the summer, I got that. I love it. I can hear infant breath sounds through a swaddle like clear as day, and it's my favorite thing ever. I wish I'd had that stethoscope my whole life, but that's a whole nother thing. On top of my bag of fun things, I also keep a lotion. This is Gold Bond Ultimate Healing. My go-to is actually Eucerin, and I keep that in I have a little bag of things that I keep with me at the hospital. So phone chargers, more pins, stuff like that, more lotions because my hands dry out horribly. Other than that, notes from my girlfriend because she sends me lots of them and I love them, and I keep them all in this little baggie here. On top of all that, I also keep with me my scheduler planner thing that I could not live without. This is what it looks like on a monthly basis, and that's all the shit that I need to put somewhere else that I just keep inside of that. And on top of that, if you watched my videos, you know that this is my Bible. It is my book that I write down all of my inspirations. So say I'm working and something happens and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should do an episode on that. I need to post on that. End of the book it goes. I take it with me, not just to work, but I take it everywhere because my brain is like a bear trap that's been left open in the wind and rusty. So if I don't write it down, I'm not going to make content about it. Last but not least, this is my lovely bag for my dearest lovely friend Fleece and Frogs. She made it for me. You've probably seen it on a prior episode. It is rainbow print and Star Wars on the inside. Sorry, I spilled coffee on it because that's my life. But it actually hooks to the side of my wheelchair. It is made to do so. It has these awesome non-stick, sticky grippies, and it clips to the side of my chair. And in that I have all kinds of excess stuff that I may require. Syringes, medicine cups, 4 million flushes, because you know you're not a nurse if you don't come home with 75 gajillion flushes in your pockets. blunt needles for mixing meds, injection needles, mainly because as someone who is seated during my entire shift, all those beautiful pockets on your scrub pants are kind of useless because I do stand every once in a while in my shifts, and the second that I stand up from seated, they fall out. The second I sit down from standing, they fall out. So I have had to adapt, and I utilize this lovely friend that I attach when I'm working, and then I also have a under wheelchair organizer that you may have seen in my videos. It's actually just a stroller organizer from Walmart because it's $20 and it's way better than most things that I see made for wheelchairs. Not by Fleas and Frogs. She's an exception to the rule because she's a beautiful human. But for the most part, if you adaptive organizers that go on chairs are so expensive. So yeah, that's what I use for that. But I think that's everything. I also tend to keep braces in my locker. I keep knee braces and ankle braces as well as wrist braces, and I did have my plastic ring splints in there, my extras, but I have seemed to lost English. All of my ring splits currently in the move, and I have not relocated them. My poor little fingies hurt. But yeah, so that is a little bit about me and how I function as a nurse with a disability. I know what the other thing was. I have a pulse ox. This is actually since before, I'm not wearing mine right now, like a great patient. Since before I got my Apple Watch to track my pulse, I would keep this on me. Yes, I know I work at a hospital. Yes, I could just spot check my own oxygen saturation, but this was easier, and I've had it since I was an ER nurse, so I just keep it in my bag to spot check myself. And last but not least, I am currently reading Sitting Pretty by Rebecca Tossing, and I am obsessed. And yes, I know I've been reading this for a very long time. Those of you who know me know that it takes me forever to read a book because I have zero free time. But I love it, and so I keep that with me in case my ride is late to pick me up. Ryan, just kidding. Or I have some free time, or on my lunch break, I can look through a book and do something that is not nursing related at all, so I can focus elsewhere. But yeah, that's a little bit about me and how I function as a nurse with a disability. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or ideas on how to make my life easier, feel free to drop them below in the comments or shoot me a message. You guys know I love hearing from you. Or if you have any questions specifically about how I do something at my job as a woman with a disability, feel free to drop those below too. I am an open book, as y'all well know. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm gonna go prep for a fun, spooky photo shoot later. Details to come. But y'all take care. Have a good day.